Well, here's my reaction to that. Bud Black relieved of manager duties. Rockies announced they have relieved manager Bud Black. Bench coach Mike Redmond. Mike Redmond got fired as well. Okay, sorry, I was kind of reading that wrong. Warren Schaefer named interim manager. I knew that he was the third base coach today, and I was literally thinking in my mind, if Bud Black gets fired, they're probably going to want to see this guy Warren Schaefer manage, and I think that's why they're doing it. Like with Bud Black, are they going to get anywhere in the short term? No. Again, I don't think it's Bud Black's fault, but if you're the Rockies, like you got to look toward the future, and so give this guy a shot, see what he can. I mean, we see this a bunch in sports. The season's not going anywhere. You have a veteran guy, let him go, and have this. Just like there's an opportunity for players on the field, it's an opportunity now for one of your coaches that you think could be a manager. Give him the opportunity, and then maybe you have your manager right there. Instead of keeping Bud Black the entire season, and then you hire Schaefer, let's say, you elevate him full time to start a season that isn't lost already, and then it doesn't work out. At least it's this interim trial period, if that makes sense, with him as the manager. I'm not saying that this guy is going to now lead the Rockies to go on a big winning streak or something, but there's things behind the scenes and stuff that the front office would be able to see in conversations that they'll be able to have and see how this guy manages in game and stuff that they can evaluate. Or with Bud Black, they already knew who Bud Black was. So it's not that surprising. I was talking already earlier in the show that at some point, yeah, they're probably going to fire Bud Black. But again, let's be clear, this is not Bud Black's fault. Okay? It's just not. And I'm not saying this just because Bud Black was a former Padres manager and I personally like Bud Black. I said the same thing about Derek Shelton with the Pittsburgh Pirates and him getting fired. I mean, Paul Skeens was telling the media in his first time addressing the media after Shelton got fired, saying that, yeah, like someone had to be held accountable. He wasn't surprised. But, like, you can't fire all the players, so you're going to do something. And sure, Bud Black's still going to get his money. Derek Shelton's still going to get his money. But it just sucks that you're going to take the job if you're Bud Black. You're going to take the job if you're Derek Shelton because it's, one of very few jobs in the world to manage a Major League Baseball team. So, like, you're going to take that. It's probably something that these guys dreamed of. But it just sucks to be in that situation where you have that team and you're not managing the Padres or a team that is actually trying to win baseball games financially, if that makes sense. And it's easy to vouch for Bud Black. It's easy to, have this argument for Bud Black because he was the manager literally when the Rockies have had the most success that they've had since going to the World Series in 2007. 2017, 2018, who was the manager when the Rockies made it to the postseason? It was Bud Black. The team that actually had more talented players on the roster, like Nolan Arenado, like Charlie Blackmon, like Trevor Story. Yeah, those guys, Bud Black was managing. You have more talent, guess what? The manager looks better. You don't have talent, and you give Nolan Arenado away, and you don't bring back Trevor Story, this is what happens. The manager doesn't look as good. So I think Bud Black is a talented manager. It's unfortunate that this was the situation that he was in. I'm not surprised that Bud Black ends up being let go. Maybe this was a Dick Monfort thing, or this was the GM, I think Bill Schmidt with the Rockies, who was just, lying to the media the other day when he had Bud Black's back, because of course he's going to say that to the media. And if you're the GM or if it's a Dick Monfort thing, the ownership saying that this has to happen, you're doing it because you know you're going to be here for the future and you're not going anywhere this year, so might as well try to have Warren Schaefer maybe be that next guy and see what happens. But yeah, sucks for Bud Black, sucks for Derek Shelton, sucks for guys that are talented. Um, there's a reason why they get hired in the first place, but ownership, their side, front office, you could say as well, but like front office, they're limited in what they can do because what does ownership give them? You know, so really ownership for me. When ownership doesn't hold up their end, you're trying your best to get the most out of the talent that you have, that you're given. That's all you can do. And Bud Black just wasn't given enough resources from ownership to be better at his job. But you go back to, I know this isn't talking Rockies, but Bud Black just did get fired. And you look at that 2018, 2017 Rockies team and some of the names, DJ LeMahieu, in his prime, Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon. Like, those are way better names than what's in this roster right now. You know, Kyle Freeland pitching over 200 innings, right, in his prime. Tyler Anderson in his prime. Ramon Marquez coming onto the scene, almost pitching 200 innings. Like, in the bullpen, having someone like Wade Davis, having Adam Ottavino, how filthy he was. We know that, obviously. Over 100 strikeouts in 2018. Like, better players, and shocker, Bud Black can help manage that team to the postseason. But when he has, you know, the roster that he has, I don't want to totally single out, you know, certain players on this Rockies roster, but there's guys that we just haven't heard of. And Bud Black's supposed to have this team be a winning team. I just, come on. Kyle Farmer in there almost every day. I guess I am now singling out players. Sorry. But yeah, just, it's sad. It is sad for sure. Like today's lineup, for example, and this was a game that the Rockies obviously won. To have Ryan McMahon as your 3 hitter, where would he hit in the Padres lineup? A contending lineup. Where would Brenton Doyle, the leadoff hitter, where would he hit in a contending lineup? He's got a 625 OPS. They got Jacob Stallings as their starting catcher, hitting 164. Just not given enough. That's all. But maybe Bud Black, he would say he's not happy, and it sucks because he wants to win and you want to be in Major League Baseball, but he did not look good. That has to be just long, long days having to watch the Colorado Rockies play baseball. I know you're getting paid good for that, but man, to watch your team like that, those are long days, long nights. So getting fired after a win is interesting. We're trying to tank, bud. Don't you get that? You're gone. They're 7-33. Again, reflection. I go back to the Pirate situation. The Rockies, we'll see. I don't know if they've released a statement, but it's like, don't mention the word urgency. It would be awesome if one of these days these owners would be like, yeah, we're parting ways with Bud Black, but we're not getting anything out of this season. It's no disrespect to Bud Black. We just want to try someone younger, and I need to take accountability for me not putting enough into this franchise. I didn't set Bud Black up good enough, but from now on, we're starting this new direction, and I will be invested. Dick Monfort, by the way, he did release a statement. Our play so far this season, especially coming off the last 2 seasons, has been unacceptable. Our fans deserve better, and we are capable of better. While we all share responsibility in how this season has played out, these changes are necessary. We will use the remainder of 2025 to improve where we can on the field and to evaluate all areas of our operation so we can properly turn the page into the next chapter of Rockies baseball. I want to thank Bud Black and Mike Redmond for their contributions to the organization across their 8 years here. I appreciate their hard work and dedication and wish them nothing but the best moving forward. So, really, the first paragraph in this statement, sure, you can say we all share responsibility in how this season has played out. Uh, by the way, he's not just saying that, he says, while we all share responsibility. So, he's then saying these changes are necessary. Um, Evaluating all areas of our operation. Hopefully, that includes you, Dick. Hopefully, that includes you. Look in the mirror because this is the guy that criticized the Padres for spending money, trying to win baseball games. Like, what a thought. So, for Rockies fans, I hope that that can change, but I wouldn't get my hopes up there.